And now to Chad, where a group is blaming two major mobile companies in the country for blocking access to social networks. Avocat, a group comprising of lawyers, sued the two telemobile operators, Airtel and Tigo, who for 5 months are alleged to have blocked access to social networks such as Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, Viber and Twitter. According to a statement issued by the group, no official reason has been given by the government or even by the leaders of these mobile phone companies for the cut.
That's right, Jerry, and a few users are bypassing the censorship to gain access to these networks. To access Messenger or WhatsApp, these subscribers are thus forced to go through the VPN, the virtual private networks, to bypass blockages or to multiply by 2 or 3 the price of their daily internet connection. Beyond the coast, Chadian lawyers say this restriction represents a breach of contract that binds mobile phone companies to their clients.
À leurs clients, estime le collectif des avocats tchadiens.
And we're now being joined by Frédéric Danonet, the president of the Avocat Group. Bonjour, Frédéric, and thank you for joining us on the program. To begin, could you tell us when did this censorship begin, and is the state, the Chadian government, in any way involved in this? Frédéric.
La coupure est intervenue il y a de cela 4 à 5 mois.
The shutdown occurred 4 to 5 months ago. Before that, it was first a general shutdown of the internet. Later, the internet was restored, but there was no access to social media networks. So until today, 3 to 4 months ago, Chadians do not have access to social media networks, except through VPN applications. And the reasons, we do not know them. There were never official reasons that were given to us by these mobile phone companies. But it said that it would be on instruction of the state authorities. So far, we have no evidence. So we believe that it is the mobile phone companies that have restricted this access to social media. And precisely the action that we have brought against these mobile phone companies aims to ensure that we can be informed of the reasons for these restrictions and who really is behind them. Is it the mobile phone companies? Is it the government? We are yet to find out.
This is interesting, Frédéric. So you say the alternative that has been in place is going through VPN. Does this in any way force people to spend more money to access social networks?
Comprenez déjà qu'au Tchad,
you have to understand that already in Chad, the cost of internet access is very expensive. We spend 12,000 CFA francs to have a 1 gigabyte of connection. This is the normal connection, which is equivalent to almost 18 euros. Now, using the VPN applications that are hosted either in Europe or Asia, it consumes more megabytes through its applications. This leads us to spend a lot more money on the work that we had already planned to do with 1 gigabyte. You actually have to buy a lot more bytes to be able to communicate via social media networks. That's actually the problem. Not only is the internet already expensive, but if you have to go through the VPN applications, it costs even more.
So, Frédéric, you say in order to address this issue, you've petitioned these two companies. But what does Chadian law say about this type of offense?
The 005 PR 2015 law on consumer protection in Chad states in Article 2, the consumer has the right to information. The consumer must be informed at the conclusion of the contract. That is, when we subscribe to these companies, they must inform us about the conditions of use of their network. And if these conditions must change during execution, these companies have the duty to inform us. In addition to this, Article 2 of the Act also provides for the protection of consumers' economic interests. And when these companies, by restricting social media access, they now push us to buy much more gigabytes, it hinders the protection of our economic interests. This is what the law provides, and it is on the basis of these legal provisions that we supported our motion against these two companies.
Que nous avons appuyer notre requête contre ces deux compagnies.